Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Got a Sprue review here for you guys of Perry Miniatures War of the Roses Bill and Archers. Made by Renedra. It's the War of the Roses 1, I believe, is what that's showing. Kit. And then it shows here Sprues from 2009. So, yeah. Just real quick before we get started, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Helps it get out there to more people, which I would enjoy to see. Welcome to my new subscribers. I've had a little bit of an uptick past week or so. It seems like more subscribers added than in the previous few weeks. So welcome. But yeah, it really helps out the channel and I'd greatly appreciate it. So I'm going to probably start saying that here at the beginning of the videos. So that way, because not everybody watches the video all the way through, which that also really helps if you watch the video all the way through. But when you subscribe, be sure to hit the bell icon, select all, instead of it being automatically set at personalized. That way you get a notification every time I upload a video, and you'll know. But yeah, let's get on to the Sprue review. So this is the Bill and Bo Sprue, or from the Bill and Bo box set of the War of the Roses line for Perry Miniatures. You get 4 of these Sprues in the box set. I just have the 1. But you get 4 Sprues of this. You can make, let's see, it was 30 Bowman, 18 Billman, and you get 4 command bodies. It says 40 on the box, according to the website, but if you do that math, 30, or not 30 Bowman, I believe it was, I can't remember, I just read it too, but it was some combination of Bowman and Billman, and then 4 armored command bodies, and it added up to 42. So I don't know if there's actually 42 miniatures in the box instead of the 40 that it says on it, but I have no way of knowing because, like I said, I don't have the box. So what's on the Sprue? You get 6 bodies up top, 6 bodies at the bottom, so for a total of 12. You get 10 bows that you could arm these guys out with. You get 6 bills, here, and here, that you could arm them out with. So you'll have a surplus of either bows or bills or both. So yeah, that's really cool. Your bodies, some are armored, some are not. Here at the top, here, I'll flip it around this way, do it upside down. But you've got 1 in padded armor, 1 with some padded armor underneath like a jerkin or something, 3 in just jerkins or tunics, and then 1 that looks like he is in a brigandine. Your helmets, kind of like some skull caps, kettle helm, some more skull caps, and what looks like a sallet or just a more armored type of helmet is what you get on this side of the Sprue. On this side, you've got 1 dude in plate or with a cuirass, another jerkin and padded armor, another brigandine, and then kind of some padded armor, it looks like here, and then another cuirass with a jerkin over the top that's open, and then maybe some more padded armor here. You get some caps, skull caps with rondels, a sallet with the visor down, looks like just like a cloth hat here, and then more skull caps. So that's pretty cool. You got a variety of ways you can customize them, different set up so they look different. If you're, you're doing a War of the Roses mass battle game, you can make them look different, or you make them look all the same. Either way, give them a little bit more of a uniform look. With the weapons, with the bows, there's only, let's see, these two have a bundle, or carrying a bundle of arrows, and then this shooting hand has an arrow in it, and then all the other ones have loose or are down to the side. For whatever reason, I don't know if they've ever said why, or if anyone's ever even asked them why, the parries don't include enough quivers or bundles of arrows for all of your archers to have. And I don't know why that's the case. Like I said, I've never read, I haven't really tried to find it, but I don't know why that's the case, that they don't include more bundles of arrows with their miniatures. But you've got the different sleeve types here to match up, to go with maybe some of the fancier dress, like these puffed sleeves here, some puff sleeves that you could do. These pikemen, or billmen, excuse me, is what I'm excited to make up. I'm going to make up some archers, but I'm definitely going to use 5, as long as the bodies match up, 5 of these bills. I don't really want to use the spear. It's not really doing it for me, but 5 of these bills to for these more armored bodies, and see how they look. I'm going to make some archers as well, but the billman's what I'm excited about. So I'm going to pause the video here, make up a couple of these guys, and come back and show you them put together. All right, guys, I'm back after putting a couple of these models together. 5 of them to be exact. It was all pretty easy. Most of the arms for the bill weapons, for instance, are joined together, or molded together. So you just cut that off, attach both sides to the torso, you're good to go. And then the headpiece. So 3, some of them were 4 pieces. So 3 to 4 pieces, depending on how you make them up. But this first guy in a brigandine, or what I assume is a brigandine. I'm not an expert. So if I'm wrong, put it down in the comments. Let me know. He's also got some plate armor on his legs. Looks like it covers just the front, straps around the back, because you can see the seams. Oh, well, the head was not attached very well. I'm going to do some on-the-spot repair there. How about that? But, yeah, you can see the seam where the pants, trousers, whatever you call them, wherever you're at, where they sew together in the back. But I think he's the only one with plate armor. I can't remember if I said none of them had plate armor earlier, but that one does. So I kind of gave him some plated arms, just to kind of bulk him out. This next guy has a padded jerkin. No leg armor of any kind, and that's really it. I think he's a good representation of probably what your average or less than average soldier or infantryman in the War of the Roses would have looked like. Not everybody's going to be as heavily bulked out as this guy, and not everybody's, except the knights and the lords and men-at-arms, are as heavily bulked out as them in full plate. So not everybody can afford it. Stuff's expensive. So you loot it, or you inherit it, or if you're able to save up them, then you buy it. But I like this guy a lot. Like I said, I think he represents probably what your average dude would have looked like. And then this is the one with the open tunic with the cuirass underneath. And I gave him the padded arms with the Pauline's Coutures. I can't exactly remember right off. Again, not an expert on armor for the time or any time really, but it's one or the other. One's for the legs, one's for the arms. I don't remember which it is, but gave him that to go with his breastplate, cuirass type. Then I did a couple of archers. These are pretty cool. This guy with the padded, looks like to be a padded jerkin. Gave him the half sleeve male arms. He's moving, trying to get in position, it looks like. I also said some of the helmets were skull caps, or a decent amount of the helmets were skull caps. They look like bassinets to me, actually. Like this one looks like a bassinet. Don't know if that's technically what it is, but that's what it looks like to me. So then I've got this archer in a firing position, looking up maybe to see where his arrow's going. These models weren't bad to put together. Definitely had mold lines, which, as you saw, was Sprues from 2009. Or at least the mold is that they're made from. And the more noticeable the mold lines, the older the mold itself is. And that has to be changed out every so often and remade, and that's expensive, and from what I understand. But they scraped off easily, so no problem there. A little bit of flashing here and there and such. The only real issue I have is like this helmet or head, and I might can get it to show. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but there's a mold line that went through the center, because on the sprue this head was to the side, and when it's like that and your mold fills up, it meets in the middle, and that's where your mold line is. So I had to scrape down the middle of the helmet and face. I'm not crazy about that. You can see right there, little slippage. It doesn't line up the best, but it is what it is. Like I said, these kits aren't bad. I got mine from Sprue Dude here in the U.S. Great source to get just a sprue if you just want to check and see how a range is. Or just, you need just a few more, like a sprue's worth of guys, and you don't need a box worth of guys. So you just order the sprue. So they're really good. But that's going to be it for me, guys. I really like this kit. Probably going to eventually see about getting a box worth of them to use for my Barons War Game of Thrones version. It's probably where these guys are going to end up. I'm really thinking about all those sergeants and peasants I did up. If I may need to rebase them just for my regular version of the Barons War. Don't know. It's a problem for another day. But thanks for joining me, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas and New Year's. I'll have out a video, hopefully on Christmas Day, about what I got. And I'll have out probably some other reviews here over the next few days as well. But that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one.